Ah, there you are. Good evening, every pony. Thank you all for coming.
Well, it's not like we really had a choice now, is it?
Yeah, I can think of at least 5 different other things I'd rather spend this evening with than being here.
I, for one, am glad to be here. It feels like things are finally starting to look up for me. The second consecutive sketch in a row I get to be part of.
Wouldn't that actually be the third one, counting that visit at your place as well?
Technically, but I don't count that one.
Why not?
Because despite me being there, it still didn't feel like I was part of it. It rather felt like I was just there to get shot by that agent classified. Which didn't happen in the last one, and likely won't in this.
Likely still kind of leaves it up to chance.
Well, even if it happens again, I'll just enjoy the time until then. Because nothing so bad is gonna come of it. Luckily, cartoon logic still applies and we're never permanently dead. Right, Fluttershy? I knew that, of course, when I drank that gift. Otherwise, I'd never have taken that hit for you, Pinky. Oh, I know, Fluttershy. I know.
Listen, girls. Normally I love this time-wasting banner we always get absorbed in. But how about you all come in?
Gee, Twilight, since when have you gotten so lame?
Look, the sooner we start this New Year's special, the sooner we can have it over with.
Je vois. That is a fair point.
Okay, then let's go on in, yo.
Je vois, Twilight, you don't really look all that celebratory.
Well, normally I always have Spike prepare everything for such events, so I've been a little stressed lately.
Oh, oui, because he is still on the run.
Yes, he might have been a useless incel with next to zero social skills, but one thing he was good for was slave labor.
Well, I suppose everyone has at least one strength.
True, but even without him, I would say that I did a pretty decent job myself. Don't you think?
Wow! I gotta say, for not being a certified party pony, you did really well with this conference room.
Thank you. I'm especially proud of my resourceful use of the available space.
Is that the friendship app? I'll load it up with foods and drink.
Like I said, I made good use of the available space. Why bother bringing a table in when you have this thing just perfectly offering itself in the center of the room? I mean, it's not like the show prop is even still needed. In a way, I'm giving it purpose again.
Listen, I don't give a damn about how y'all treat your shit. The only thing I'm concerned about is, do I have an appropriate selection of liquor?
I would say I do.
Nice. Now, if y'all excuse me, I'm gonna get smashed.
Already? Is the urge really that unbearable that you can't wait at least until sundown?
The urge. To drink or what?
No! The gambling, you imbecile!
All right, that. Nah, it's got nothing to do with that.
What? Then why else do you want to drink already?
Why, it's tradition. Every year on New Year's Eve, I set myself the goal to become as wasted as I can possibly be. Cooking is allowed, by the way, so y'all should keep an eye out, because I ain't gonna be stopping when it comes.
Look, I know I'm gonna regret asking, but what purpose does this whole tradition serve?
I use it for fortune telling.
You what now?
Let me explain. Every New Year's morning, after spending the night before drinking everything I can get, I wake up somewhere.
Well, obviously.
But that place could be literally anywhere, and I could be in any condition whatsoever when I wake up. And I use this method as a foreboding of what the new year's gonna be like. If I wake up all tucked in and warm in a comfy bed, I know the year's gonna be fine. But if I come to in some muddy alleyway with puke covering half my body, I know I'm in for a tough one. That helps me prepare.
Ah, so that's that. Well, who am I to keep you from such a well-proven and reliable tradition? Then go ahead, AJ.
Thank you kindly, Twilight.
All right, why don't the rest of us have a seat in our thrones so we can let this New Year's fest commence?
Yay! I like sitting on this throne. It makes me feel important.
I, for one, always thought their design was absolutely delightful. I've actually missed sitting here since the end of our show.
Yeah, I as well want to say something uncharacteristically nice.
We are still kind of scared of the Wendigos, aren't we?
Well, maybe a little.
It's been only a week since that hearth-warming special. And since then, it's been getting colder again. We should be at least a little nicer today, just to be safe.
Well, I guess you can't really go wrong with being nice.
Now that is simply nothing but false. Can we please do anything else other than sitting here just small-talking? I thought we were gonna make this short.
Oh, Fluttershy, you know who is directing this sketch.
That's true. Robotus can't do a short, compact sketch anymore. The only thing he knows to do is to keep on stretching it out.
But doesn't he at least have some sort of checklist next to him to keep track of what's to happen in this episode?
I'm sure he does. I mean, what kind of madman would begin to work on such a project with nothing but his ideas and his own head to refer to?
Not Robotus, as it seems. I'm suddenly feeling the urge to say something that moves the plot forward.
Grandma, like what?
Like, how about we start doing some traditional New Year's Eve activities?
I'm miles ahead of you.
Not that kind of traditions, more common ones.
Like which, for example?
How about some New Year's resolutions?
Sure. Why not?
That is an excellent idea, Fluttershy.
Especially as could really use some good resolutions for the coming year. Who knows? Maybe then we won't be forced to hold an emergency heartwarming next year.
That would indeed be a plus.
Wait, does that mean? Next year, everything will go back to normal between you all and me?
Most likely, we. All right, now I'm really hooked. Let's do this.
So who goes first then?
Well, since our affection towards Pinky is highly likely to fade sooner rather than later, I suggest we let her have the honor of going first, while we still care.
No arguing with that. Go ahead, Pinky. What are your resolutions for the new year?
Well, I was gonna say that I wanted to make up for the times I missed with you, but since everything is just going to reset, give me a minute to think of something else.
Sure, take your time.
Okay, I think I want to make sure that next year I don't spend nearly as much time in hospital. So no more brake fluid or spider bites for me, as much as I'm gonna miss them.
P.O.D., Pinky. That was really inspiring. Allure, I for one am going to work on finishing that statue of me. And by I of course mean the slave foals in Nigeria, obviously.
Well, I wanted to announce that I'm going to try and stop fucking with so many of my animals.
Really? Wow, that is great, Fluttershy.
Instead, I want to stay faithful to Harry.
Well, it still is kind of nice. Applejack, how about you? What are your New Year's resolutions?
I don't know. Maybe drink less, I suppose. Nah, but in all honesty, I probably should spend a little more time with Apple Bloom to make up for all the messed up shit with Chrysalis.
That's actually a really good idea.
How about y'all, Twi? What's your resolution?
Mine's not really a personal one, but nevertheless still pretty important, I think. I want to make an effort to track down Celestia and get her out of hiding, so she can finally face consequences for all the shit she's done this year, especially that whole purple business.
Yeah, I never really understood what her deal with that color was to begin with. Isn't there even some purple in her mane?
Well, yes, but that bit she actually explained to me before she disappeared. It's not directly the entire spectrum of purple she finds disgusting, rather than just the darker tones. Like my coat, for example.
I see. And now, to finish this part, what is your resolution, Rainbow Dash?
I don't know. Unlike you all, I don't really have anything I'd need to change for the better. Even when it comes to the fucked up things each of us are doing, mine's one of the least bad.
You gotta pick something.
All right, I don't know, I could maybe try to save Dan from the streams of time he's endlessly drifting down at the moment. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. If I feel like it, that is.
Okay, that'll have to do. But I also wanted to suggest an additional resolution, collectively for all 5 of us, excluding Pinky.
Why can't I be a part of it?
Because it is specifically about you. I want us all to swear that next year, we're gonna try to integrate Pinky a lot more into our lives.
Yes, that is indeed a very good resolution. I'm in for it.
Me too.
Yeah,
sounds good. Oh, thank you all. That's so sweet of you.
Don't mention it, Pinky. Or the fact that New Year's resolutions only exist to be ignored in the first place.
Did you hear that? Someone rang the doorbell.
Ah, that must be the others.
Others? Are you saying you invited more guests than just us?
Well, yes.
Oh, c'est la trace!
Not really. I just thought that it might get boring over time to only be hearing the same 6 voices. So I invited some side characters to spice things up a little.
Hey, who y'all calling side characters? The Crusaders are just as prominent as you.
Just save your breath, Apple Bloom. There's no reasoning with a princess of Equestria.
Right you are, Miss Cheerily. Come on in, every pony.
Hello, Twilight.
Hello. Thanks for the invitation.
Yes, the grateful Trixie also says thank you.
Good evening.
Fine greetings to you, Princess Twilight.
Greetings. All right, now we're looking a lot more interesting.
Are you serious, Twilight? Spicing things up usually would mean adding something new to the mix, but here, I don't see one character that hasn't already played a part in our sketches. Except for Cozy Glow, that is.
Patience, my friend.
She's got a point, Twilight. You didn't even invite every pony that played a part. Are you really that lazy?
Counter question. Would you prefer this sketch to be over 20 minutes again? No? Then quit complaining.
All right, let's just make the best of this. Welcome to our New Year's Eve party.
Oh, thank you very much. But I'm mostly just here because the Phillies asked me to go with them. And so I can use this opportunity to teach you about all the racist implications rooted in this celebration.
Oh, God, why did I expect anything else?
What the fuck is even racist about this fest? Well, I don't actually know, but that doesn't matter. I might not have researched this assumption, but I know it's a safe one to make. Surely there is something to be found.
Sure. Good luck with that.
But seriously now, Twilight, why did you invite us here? What even are we supposed to be doing here?
Well, this is a New Year's special, so I expect you to engage in some traditional activities.
Does that mean I get to get totally smashed with my sister?
No, not that kind of traditions. Only classic ones.
Oh, lame. Like what, for example?
Like, how about lead pouring?
Lead pouring? The hell is that?
Well, it's a tradition based in the homeland of robots, Germany. He suggested that to me as part of tonight's program.
Did he now? And when was that?
Well, between the sketches, obviously. The last thing we'd want is some inconsistencies in these.
Okay. And, how exactly does this lead pouring thing work?
Oh, it's pretty simple. You take a spoon and place a piece of lead on it, which coincidentally I just happen to have lying around.
Of course you do.
Then you just hold it over a flame until it melts and proceed to drop it into a glass of water.
Okay, and then what?
Then you look at the forms the lead has taken on when it shock cooled down in the water and froze. Based on what it looks like, you make an assumption about what that means for the coming year. It's used as a form of fortune telling.
Kinda like the apple way.
Yes, but with quite a smaller risk of getting alcohol poisoning.
I don't know. I think I'd rather stick to the traditional way of my sister. Seems more reliable. Yeah, I mean, the way I see it, this lead pouring is totally random. But stuff could take on literally any form based on what angle you drop it from. And every time the result would be something different, so you can't really go and call that fortune telling. That's just interpretations of random events.
You mean like Applejack is every year ending up in a completely different place from the year before? I think we can all agree that each and all fortune telling is nothing more than exactly what you just called it, Sweetie Belle. So can it?
It's not like she let us off the hook before we did it. Fine, whatever, then let's do this.
Alright, it's melting.
You know, Sweetie Belle, I know I would do the same if I could, but could you maybe not show off so much with your fucking magic? What are you talking about? The fact that Scootaloo and me have to balance these spoons in our fucking hooves while y'all can just levitate them all fine and relaxed. Kinda unfair, don't you think?
Oh, fuck off, Apple Blue! Stop pretending like we can't just use our hooves like normal hands.
Gee, chill out. I was just teasing y'all.
More like I tried attacking her.
Hey, it ain't my fault that we aren't able to lead a normal conversation without a constant spark of antagony. Well, I gotta give you that. You're right. That's just the nature of this world. And you'll know that I only did this for one reason, to pass some time. I mean, who in their right mind would want to sit here and listen to us just waiting for some fucking metal to melt? I'd prefer a good old little bickering anytime. Well, at least it seemed to have done the trick. Our spoons are ready.
Oh, perfect. Here you go, 3 glasses of water.
Okay, careful now. Careful. All right, and what now?
Now we pour it out and take a look at your results.
Alrighty then, let's see. I can definitely see why we weren't all that convinced before. This is just some deformed piece of metal.
Well, you have to use your imagination a little. Of course this isn't an exact model of something, but what does it remind you of?
I don't know. It sort of reminds me of a bird's head with a long beak. Or maybe... Hey, y'all remember Dorjish? Didn't that guy's gun sort of look like this? Could be. The question is, what would that mean? Is this maybe a warning?
Oh, you mean like the one I already once gave you? That I've got a feeling we haven't seen the last of this agent.
You mean the one I just dismissed?
Nah. Whatever.
Okay, what does mine say? You tell me. Y'all are the one to judge it. Okay, it reminds me of a lever. A lever? Okay, the thing with the gun-like shape might have for one second fooled me, but this is just purely random. When did you ever have anything to do with some kind of lever?
No idea. Maybe during the run of our TV show. I can't remember any occasion for sure, though.
Whatever. Let's just look at mine and be done with this. Alrighty then, and what does yours look like? This one's a little tougher to say. Could maybe be a fan, you know, those things you wave around for air.
To me, it looks more like a kitchen tool with that long handle and round surface. Perhaps a frying pan.
Either way, I have no real affiliation with either of those.
Well, so far for describing what they look like, but how would you interpret them?
To be honest, I got no fucking clue. Those are just some random pieces of deformed metal? What the fuck should they even mean?
Who knows? The future. Ooh. By the way, Twi is Tone.
Time for what?
I drank so much, I feel like I'm a puke. It's his tradition. And so, I need a good space for the, or else it's gonna be a battle, man.
Oh, you fucking apples and your retarded yokel traditions. Fine, then go to Spike's room. It's not like it's used for much else at the moment.
Thanks, Twi. Y'all the base.
Okay, then that's that.
Hey, hold on. What about these lead symbols? What are we supposed to take from them? Should we be worried about this gun shape?
Oh, don't be foolish, you silly filly. Lead pouring is just some stupid party game. You didn't think there was actual fortune-telling involved, did you?
No.
Good. This section has been going on for long enough anyways. It's time some other characters got to say something. Trixie, Starlight, what can you contribute?
I don't know, Twilight. Did you already announce your New Year's resolutions?
Actually, oh, that is a glorious idea, because the great and self-reflective Trixie has quite an announcement to make for the coming year.
Oh, now you got me curious.
And you should very much be, because I, the foresightful and sensible Trixie, came to the conclusion that you and I haven't spent nearly enough time together this year. This needs to be changed for the better.
Oh, yes, indeed. I second this idea. There is yet so much for us two to do together, being such close friends as we are, and I wouldn't want to be this close of a friend to any pony else other than you.
Oh, I love it when you are so cheesy.
I know. Why else do you think I am?
Oh, by the way, what is this? Oh dear, a mistletoe, and it's floating directly above us.
Goodness gracious, I'm afraid we both know what this means, right?
Certainly. Now we have no other choice but to be embroiled in a traditional New Year's kiss.
Oh dear, how awkward. Why does this happen to us? Being just good friends as we are. I just wished we weren't forced to do so.
No pony is forcing you to do anything.
Shut up, Twilight.
I really don't want to be that pony, but isn't a mistletoe more of a hearts-warming thing?
No, it's not.
Really?
Because I'm pretty certain of that.
It looks to me more like you'll simply want to have an excuse to smooch.
Oh, that is ridiculous. That would be totally gay.
Oh yes, I'm not called the gay and powerful Trixie for a reason.
Come on, it's the year 2021. It's totally cool, really.
That's fine and stuff, but we simply aren't.
Oh, yes, you are. In denial, that is.
Can a mare not simply be compliant to the rules of a mistletoe without instantly being slandered as something she's not?
Oh, Laura, while these lot bicker in the background, I want to ask you something, Cozy Glow.
Yes, madam. What is it?
Since you arrived here, you were only standing apart and not saying a word. Do you maybe also want to contribute something?
Oh, no. This I will have to formally decline. Nevertheless, am I grateful for your kind-hearted suggestion. Yet, for sooth be told, I am simply here to make a cameo appearance so that any director sitting in the audience might notice me.
Oh, okay then.
Now I feel a lot better. Which means I can get right back to drinking.
Okay, but not too much now. It's almost midnight. You wouldn't want to miss the fireworks, would you?
Oh, hell no, I won't. And, who's gonna be in charge of that? 'Cause I didn't bring anything with me. Any pony else?
Why, me, of course. I'm just gonna go outside and shoot some magic into the sky. I mean, how else did you think fireworks were made? Black powder and fuses! Please.
It doesn't surprise me at all that fireworks are also just a form of magic, yet always another symptom of unicorn supremacy, and therefore inherently racist.
Huh? Why that?
Isn't it obvious? The smoke caused by the fireworks for the most part targets districts of Earth ponies and pollutes their air.
For real? And how is that even supposed to work? Especially here in Ponyville, where literally all pony races live side by side. Isn't there even a vast majority of Earth ponies in this town?
Well, even if so, it's still oppressive. Fireworks are made of magic, and therefore, unicorns can simply manipulate the smoke to not affect unicorn lungs.
Right.
Sure. All right, every pony. I'm gonna head upstairs on the balcony. When the clock hits midnight, gather at the windows and look up to the sky.
Obviously, Twilight.
Okay, so while we wait, hey AJ, maybe want to tell us a joke?
Fuck you, Dash. I'm done telling jokes to this ungrateful crowd.
You can go tell your own fucking joke. There's an Eric treat mark on me. There sure as hell is. So in other words, no fucking joke for any of y'all.
Agent Classified reporting in. Princess Celestia, do you read?
Affirmative, Agent Classified. What do you have to report?
Highness, I can safely say that I have successfully found the rogue suspects of the Dordish incident. The 3 fillies, as well as the rubble cheerily. I have a visual on all 4 of them right now.
Excellent work, Agent Classified. I hereby grant you permission to engage. Arrest the suspects immediately and bring them back to Dordish. This time, I will deal with them personally.
With all due respect, Princess, I will not follow this order, as of now at least.
Explain yourself.
They are currently in the company of too many witnesses, some of which might remember me still. I intend to wait for a more opportune time to strike, when they are alone and separated from the rebel. But do not worry, Your Highness. I will capture them. That is a promise.
Good. Report back to me once you get a hold of them.
Roger. Agent Classified out. Oh, what is this?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Claiming break time. fireworks. They remind me of war.